Try now. They have no way. They sit down, forgive me, take bribes, build their homes, like customs, build their homes, and they're fine. Nobody cares about the country. But under my leadership, things are going to change. Things are going to be totally different. You are being monitored by the system. You make a mistake, the system will pick you out. Nobody cares who you are. I don't care about your name, your title, or wherever you come from. The system are put in place to monitor and check every individual, no matter who you are.
Doctor, thank you so much.
Thank you for
sisters,
the opportunity.
okay, sure. Rooms, you can ask a question now. It should be brief so that others can come up also then ask their own questions. So, yeah, sure.
Can I be heard?
Go on. Yeah, sure.
Can you hear me, Doctor? Everything okay?
Sure.
Okay, good.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Good morning. Good morning from California, Doctor, and congratulations and happy birthday, belated though, for your, you said 50th birthday?
53.
53 years.
Congratulations.
Wonderful.
My
it's looking handsome.
like, Honorable, my area of focus, like we had on the other platform when we spoke to Hassan, my area is actually focused on the value of the Ghanaian. And so my interest is always on whatever infrastructure systems that we have, how does that translate into the Ghanaian having something as an individual, as a citizen, and what can do. I would give a typical example. A typical example is we have prisons to take care of the miscreants in the society who have been judged by a court of competent jurisdiction as guilty to be put there. When the Ghanaian is creative, he is able to create tools, product, and whatever. Do we have an incubation to take these talents and turn them into something that would be I will ask this for now. I'm into an area that I'll be out of coverage for like 2 minutes. So I will be on the background listening.
Hello?
Rooms, I think, Doctor, if you heard him, can you give us an answer to him?
What was his question? The line went off my side.
Rooms.
Oh, so my question is that in Ghana prisons, that my question is that in Ghana we have the prisons that people who are guilty of crimes are taken there.
Yeah.
I am finding out that with people who are creative, who are talented, innovative, do we have an incubation able to take these in products into services, innovations that can help them as Africa?
Okay, this is your question is whether we are able to do corrections with prisoners. That's just a simple question. Is there any form of correction whilst they are in prison? Is there any form of they learning? Let me be very honest with you. Our prisons are the worst prison on earth. Even food is a problem for them to live on. Common food is a big problem. 2, many people are being sent to prison without even having to have hearing, proper hearing. So many of them are innocent that are in there, but at the end of the day, their living accommodation is hell. Their living accommodation is hell. If you visit the prisons of Ghana, you'll be shocked that this is where prisoners live in Ghana is hell for them. So if even their living conditions is hell, the food is a problem. Do you really think there's something called correction? Do you think they will be bothered? Somebody will be bothered about correcting them, so that putting them in place, so that when they come out of prison, they fit into the society? No. They come out of prison and they become hardened criminal. Because in there, they were taught to be hard. They teach them to become tough, to live like a hardened criminal. So there are no correctional, policies for them. So that when you come out, you become a tailor, you become a designer, you become a mechanic, you become, those days they used to have. But now the prison is so choked to the extent that feeding them is a big problem for Ghana. Crimes are high. So for me, I am not to cushion criminals when I come, but I'm to make certain reforms that will strengthen not just as prisoners anymore, but as workers, as patriotic citizens, as people who have had some level of correction. Some are even educated, but depending on the case, them are Dankeschön. You understand? So it can be like an umschulung. German man said umschulung. Umschulung means training them to become carpenters, masons. You have to. They're supposed to be part of the people who has to help build your country. Even if you put them on farms to show them how to do farming, maybe poultry farms, and then maize harvesting, cocoa farms, and all that, you can put them into good use. But the problem is that those days, prisoners used to have prison farms. I don't know whether you remember, Nkrumah's time they had prison farms. Imam's time, prisoners had their own farms. They could feed themselves.
Power. They seek the majority of the people of Ghana to put them into power. Yet once they get power, they seem to be controlled by some other forces, some invisible forces. We can't see them. It's like they don't hear the voice of the majority of the people anymore. What assurance have you got for us that once you are given the mandate to lead the people, the republic, you are going to make sure that the voice of the majority of the people of Ghana is going to be your priority to act upon? Thank you.
You know what? You know why they cannot reform? It's because they are sponsored by those external forces, and those external forces decide what they should do and what they should not do. They shouldn't do. I have not allowed myself to be sponsored by anybody, and until you give me the mandate, as who I am, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, with my policies, without me being bribed by anybody. Oh, this country for us. I am not going to take anybody's money to become president. And I do not want anybody to sponsor my campaign. My campaign should not be sponsored. My campaign should come, my vote should come from your mindset that you want to change and that you do not want anybody to sell vote or buy vote and become president. You want to make a decision where you say, look, Dr. Ayariga, we have given you power. If you don't do what we do, we'll change you. If we begin to do that, adapt that system, you misbehave as government, we change you. No second time. We'll take you out. We'll take your party out. People will learn lessons and behave well. But it's monopoly of the two political parties. If NDC win 8 years, MPP is waiting to win the next 8 years. So they don't really care. They don't care. They don't account to you. They don't say anything. They know whether you like it or not, they'll come to power. You understand? So let's change the narratives and vote for people who are ready to serve us. If you don't serve us, we kick you out. We don't waste time. If we begin to do things like this, you will get the results you are looking for, and there will not be any force behind anybody who thinks he's a powerful man. The power lies in the hands of the citizens. The power does not lie in the hands of those in power.
Imaban says, Doctor, I want to be part of your campaign team. Jasahini, please, can you ask your question, please? Doctor, thank you for the answer. The last question is Jasahini. Jasahini.
Yes, Doc. Good afternoon.
Let's go.
Good afternoon. Greetings to all the panels over here. Doc, my question is in regards to the railroad that was constructed by the previous administration from Accra to, is it Bori, if I'm not mistaken? Do you agree with the construction of that railroad? And if not, what would you have done differently? And my last question is, do you have any policy that will include the people in the remote areas in Ghana? Because so many times we've seen that they have been disfranchised from the national cake that we seem to enjoy in the big cities. What specific policies do you have to include the remote people, those who are in the remote areas, to have their share of the national cake?
I think earlier I answered this question. I guess you were not part of the decision.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't there. Sorry.
He can brief you a bit.
Yeah, the national cake is not about sharing money to people. It's about building roads, hospitals, schools for every community, every school. Because I don't believe in winner takes it all kind of political syndrome. I believe in an inclusive governance concept where everybody becomes part of my government and everybody